K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am your moderator, Ace, and one of your co-hosts. And then, of course, tonight I'm joined by my other co-host, I guess on this show. You can call him my partner in crime or whatever. He goes by Mr. Isiah Leong, but we call him Mr. Delusional 2.0. So welcome him in. How you doing tonight, Isiah?
Oh, I'm doing great. I got myself a nice root beer. You guys all know the song, Root Beer on a Friday Night. I know it's not Friday, but, getting ready for it. Got a pack of that. But, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Fun show. We got a lot of topics to talk about, and, we got a lot of great stuff to get into.
Those lyrics.
Yeah, the chicken fried song, right? The chicken fried song.
It's cold beer on a Friday night.
Oh, I thought it was root beer on a
No, it's cold beer on a Friday night, dude. What the heck?
Oh, my gosh. Right. I don't know how I thought it was root beer on a Friday night. Man, we're off to a great start already.
Chris, chalk one of those up for Isiah there. Go ahead and chalk that on the Isiah meter. We got to go ahead and chalk that bad boy up there. So that's one already for Isiah, and we're only 2 minutes into the show. All right, so, we definitely have to welcome in our other guests for the evening. We'll go ahead and start out with this man. He's kind of newer to the show. That's all right. So with that, let's go ahead and welcome him in, Mr. James Gonzalez. Come on down.
That's right. Yeah.
So James is joining.
That was a mask party. Yeah.
Dang right. It's the mask party style. Woo! Mask party. All right. So, of course, welcome in our other guest host on the show. He goes by none other than Mr. John Alcorn. John Alcorn, how are you doing tonight?
Isiah, it's cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right. But that's neither.
Yep, a pair of jeans that fit just right. Yeah.
No, just good beer. Can't wait to see. We're not even 2 minutes in, and you got one already. But you know what? That's the whole point of the show. It's just goofy and have fun.
He's already at one, and we're only this far into the show. You can already see how well the show's going to go because that's one. Don't disappoint me, Isiah. Don't disappoint me.
Should I keep it should I keep it moderate tonight, or should we go full on wild tonight?
It's kicking it, so you got to be yourself, man. You got to be yourself.
That's true. No holding back.
No holding back, definitely. So I have to know, because, we haven't had this segment for a while. We haven't really heard anything. Any crazy Isiah stories that anybody has heard about that Isiah has not come out and said anything?
Oh, go to the group chat. I'll be right back. There has to be some. Well, actually, I don't know. But
it's all
there was one from back when not from this week, but I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. Oh yeah. It was a couple of weeks ago where I was working at the airport, right? And first of all, I want to apologize to whomever that was that I affected, because I truly didn't mean it. But what happened was I was working at the airport, and you know how a lot of people, when they're at a new airport, they don't really know where to go for their flights and stuff like that. So what happened was, I was at the airport. This guy he needed to go somewhere. He was at my store. He was like, "Oh, sir, I need you to hurry it up because I'm about to miss my flight. My flight's already been boarding. It's been 10 minutes." So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I gave him his change, and he was like, so I have a question. My flight's boarding right now, but I don't know where gate number 25 is. And I'm kind of still a bit new to the airport. I don't really know my way around directions. And I was like, I think that's out this way and to the left. But in reality, it was out the store and to the right. So I basically made him walk all the way down. And long story short, he missed his flight.
Well, so Isiah, to clarify though, this is what I will say. And before I get to the questions from Christy Wilson and Nate, the one thing that I do want to clarify is, Isiah, instinctually as guys, though, so I will come out and say this, instinctually as guys, if somebody comes up and asks a male for directions, instinctually as men, we don't want to be wrong and we don't want to act like we don't know what we're talking about. So we're going to give you directions whether or not we know if we know where it actually is or not. That's just how it is. It's just we're like, oh, yep, go down here. Whether the directions are right or not, I don't know. Heck, I probably have people that are still looking for places out there that I've sent them to that I've been completely wrong. So these are things that just happen. Instinctually as males, that's what we do. We send people on weird freaking routes that we don't know why we do it, but we just do it. That's the difference between a male and female. A male will do that. A female will actually be honest with you and tell you, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
and
know.
also some quick advice to everybody out there that's watching this show. If you don't want to miss your flight, please get your snacks, your drinks that you need for the airplane. Please get all of that before you board. Don't go running into the store and grabbing a whole bunch of stuff and handing it to the cashier and be like, "Hey man, I got about 5-10 minutes before my flight departs. I need you to hurry it up." And also, I don't ask them for directions. 5-10 minutes before your flight is about to depart, because you're basically setting yourself up for failure in that situation if you end up doing that. Because if they give you the wrong direction like I did, you're screwed, because you're gonna walk basically to somewhere else and you have to walk all the way around. By the time you do that, your plane is gonna be up in the air. So
Definitely. But so, James, I want to know, would you agree with me with that assessment? Are you one too that have sent people on different directions that you have no idea where it's going because, you're a male and you're like, yeah, I know where it is?
First of all, it's too hot for that mask. Okay, so I've done that plenty of times where people, ask me, "Hey, what?" This, I guess, before, or if somebody doesn't have a smartphone, they're like, "Hey, where's this one street?" And I swear, like, I know. I'm like, okay, you go down about 3 blocks this way, you turn left this way, it should be on the left. But I've done that so many times where I've guided people the wrong way. It's a pride thing, where you're like, oh yeah, dude, I lived here all my life and I still don't know where things are. and there's certain streets you don't really care about in your neighborhood, right?
Right?
You never go down that neighborhood or down those streets or whatever, because it might be some shady people or it's pretty dark. So yeah, there's been plenty of times where I definitely screwed up and I feel bad for the people, but after the fact, and that's really messed up in my part.
But it's funny when we do it. I'm not going to lie. It's really funny.
Sure.
John, have you ever done this before?
I mean, occasionally I will, and to be honest, since I really don't want to make conversation, I say, sorry, sir, I don't know, have a good day. Just because I've already gotten lost myself in a foreign country in Canada when I was 12, so I don't want to misdirection somebody and they get lost in a foreign country or somewhere else. So it's just most part I'd say I don't know or pretend I didn't hear them and just keep walking.
Yeah, no, I definitely...
Because I'm the worst with directions, and Google Maps is my savior.
Mm-hmm.
So, Isiah, I just will say, though, so you're definitely not the only one who has sent somebody on the wrong direction. You might have done it, not intentionally, but as a few of us know, a few of us have done it intentionally because we just don't want to be wrong, and it's pride. It's all about pride. That's what it is, because we don't want to be...
I think it was like a combination of both. I did it unintentionally, and also was like, I didn't want to just be like, "Oh, I don't know where it is," because that would mean like a perceived weakness on my part. And we're guys. That's kind of how we operate. We don't want to.
Don't you work here, Isiah?
What's up?
Don't you work here? You should know where things are. That's what that customer should have said when he came back.
Unfortunately, he never. I don't know why, but because when you go down the other way, right? You're supposed to come back to the other part. Yeah. So I don't know where he went. He never came back. And all the time that I worked, and I was like about 2 hours into my shift, and I worked 8 hours, right? So he never came back. So I don't know if he went on the wrong plane, and maybe he's like somewhere. He's in like Portugal instead of going to Hawaii or something like that. I have no clue whatsoever. But to that guy, if he's watching, if he's out there, enjoy your vacation.
Don't apologize. Just own it. Just own it. So we do have a question for you, Isaiah, and this one's from Christy and Nate. They want to know exactly, and we know this isn't a sports show, but they want to know why you're wearing a Rangers jersey.
Well, because every time I rewatch the episodes right after we're done, and I always see myself wearing the same thing, whether it's my Austin Reeves Lakers jersey, whether it's my Oakland A's t-shirt, whether it's the Niners Nick Mullins shirt. It's just like the same fashion style like all the time. So I wanted to change it up with different looks. I didn't want people to just think like, oh, Isaiah, that's the only things you have in your closet is the Lakers, Niners, Oregon Ducks thing in your closet. So I just decided to put on something different. And since it's baseball season, I was like, I didn't want to show the thing that I have under right now because I know a lot of people are going to bash me. So I just decided the safe choice would be to wear this old Texas Rangers jersey that I got from a friend a while back. And don't worry, Nate and Chris, it's not a current Ranger, so the jinx doesn't work in this situation. It's a Yu Darvish Rangers jersey. So, yeah, don't worry about it. It's an old jersey.
It's still a jinx because you wore it. So, just saying.
And that means Callan's Padres are going to be jinxed now because Darvish is on the Padres.
Well,
you butthole! You jinxed my Padres.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our first topic because this topic is going to be fun. You know why? Because this topic is about food. So, and we're males and we love our food. So, this is why I said, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a list of, these foods, and I'm going to ask you whether or not you would try them or not. So, are you guys ready? Sure.
Yeah, okay. I can't wait. After last week's episode especially, I cannot wait for the wild stuff we got here.
All right, so the first one. All right, and of course, I'll start with Isaiah on this first one. It's called stinky tofu. And tofu can be a polarizing ingredient. It's been enjoyed in China for 2,000 years and was introduced to Japan in the 8th century, but sometimes people in the West still turn up their nose at tofu, which some theorize is due to mass-produced tofu's mild flavor. Well, when you think about stinky tofu, stinky tofu lives up to its name, with some saying it smells of spoiled cheese and rotting garbage.
Ugh.
The funny thing is that since you bring it up, Ace, I've actually had it before. I've actually had it not once, but 4 times in my life. I've actually had it when I visited Hong Kong before, and yeah, it is really bad smelling. It's really strong of a smell. I guarantee you, if you walked into a school cafeteria where there were like 100 kids sitting down, and you just brought that in there, put it down on the table, sat down, I guarantee you would have a mass walkout in literally a minute after you sit down. That's how strong it is, and it is really strong. But once you take a bite of it, it's actually not that bad. It's like the seasoning in the tofu, the flavoring, it's actually really, really good. So I actually recommend if any of you guys go to Asia, go to China, go to Hong Kong, whatever, go buy it. It's actually not that bad. It's really good. You just have to get out of that the smell first. That's it. Once you get out of that smell, then you're good to go, and it's really good.
All right, James, how about you? Would you try the stinky tofu?
I've had tofu before. I put a little seasoning on it, maybe a lot of seasoning on it, just to get that taste going of it. I've never had the stinky tofu. I don't know what that is, honestly. But really, when I get a sense of smell and it's really something bad, I'm not going to eat it. Right away, I'm turned off. So I don't think I would. It all depends on the smell, like certain things. But yeah, stinky tofu, no, I'm good.
All right. John, how about you? The stinky tofu.
First of all, I actually ate tofu once, and it literally tastes like I was eating a sponge. So there is no way on anyone's green earth I would ever try that. If I'm going to travel to a foreign country, I will happily try some of their foods there. But if you say the word stinky already, I'm going to be like, yeah, no. Because number one, I don't want baboon butt breath after I eat that stuff. It's just, I don't know what to say. That I would rather go hungry for a week, and I wouldn't touch it I wouldn't touch it within 5 cities of me, or sorry, 5 states of me.
Oh,
Well, I'll tell you, I'm right there with you, John. When it comes to the stinky tofu, I definitely wouldn't try it. I've never been a tofu person, but even the stinky tofu, I would stay clear of stinky tofu. I don't even think that even sounds good. One little bit at all. No stinky.
That juicy steak would be good to me in a cold beer. That's it.
Put it on the pizza. Whoever has ace.
oh yuck.
Dude, how would I eat stinky tofu?
Isaiah, I will flat out cactus jack your butt.
A roadhouse.
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 Roadhouse. Yeah.
All right. So Dave Kokensparger is on here tonight. So welcome back, Dave. He's saying the title says no tofu.
No,
Yes.
too.
Yep, no toe in
Oh my
food.
god.
When you say
Unbelievable.
stinky toe and you say it too fast,
Yeah.
but that already sounds disgusting on its own.
Yes.
It
it
does.
does.
Isaiah said you put it in the cafeteria with a bunch of teenagers who smell like Axe body spray or farts, then you don't want that. That just adds to the tremendous
No.
smell.
So I'm guessing, Christy, you're saying no.
No, absolutely not. Even though I know for a fact you can season tofu, you can grill it, you can do different things with it. I've watched cooking shows where you can do different things with tofu, but just me personally, I wouldn't touch that stuff with a 10-foot pole.
All right. I'm right there with you. I'm gonna say no. So the next one we have is called hackerel.
Hmm?
Hackerel. So
Hackerel. Huh.
what hackerel is this is a traditional delicacy. That's what they call it. It is the meat of a particular shark, but how this is made, the shark carcass is buried underground for several months, where it rots and ferments. Then the meat then the meat is removed from the carcass and hung to dry for several more months, after which it's ready to eat. The resulting meat has a robust odor, apparently like rotten cheese and ammonia, but each bite is a taste of history.
Oh god. I knew it sounded like some kind of fish. I just wasn't
I'm gonna hurl.
So
Hey.
Isaiah, I feel hackerel. Would you try a little bit of hackerel?
So it's basically like beer, but
It's
shark
fermented-
meat style.
It's fermented shark.
Basically eating a fermented version of Jaws.
And the thing is, I've had shark before, shark fin soup, you know.
That's a whole different thing, I think.
You know what? Life is too short. Why not? Just a little. It's not like you have to eat it for the rest of your life. I would try it. It sounds okay.
Farts and rotten cheese.
Ew. I wouldn't do it.
I've had stinky tofu before, so if I can handle that, then I'm thinking
Dude. It's a shark that's been buried underground for months, that's pulled back up, and then the carcass is hung out to dry again.
Yeah, it's like beef jerky,
decomposing
but
here.
shark style. Shark jerky. They should call that shark jerky.
Don't you no, sir.
That's an insult to beef jerky.
That you did.
Mm-hmm.
Dip it in barbecue sauce. Ooh.
No.
Yes.
That's a Texas sin right there, sir. Or food sin.
Oh man! All right, James, I'm gonna go to you.
No, I'm gonna hurl. Oh, I'm not much of a seafood person, but I do like halibut and some shrimp. But
Oh, yummy.
I don't go past that. Like, I don't go shark. I don't go, and then anything that's buried and then you bring it back. That's just weird to me. So no.
You're saying no.
No.
All right, John.
I would rather cut off my left foot. First of all, if it's already carcass, it smells like rot. Well, I won't say that.
No.
Oh God.
It smells like the worst smelling fart you've ever had.
Oh.
Like that's basically what it is. And I mean, that's what it is. It's disgusting. I don't mind like beef jerky, and if they made it into jerky and it wasn't fermented like that, that'd be interesting. So I've had deer jerky, which is pretty good, but no. Like who came up with that idea? Because you're fermenting shark, and you bring it up, it smells like rotten. I won't say that because I don't know if any of us are about to eat. But that's
I'm done with eating for the day.
Whoever thought about that needs to get arrested immediately for what you call that crap. But it's a crime.
All right, Christy.
Nope. I mean, I love seafood. I love shrimp. I love fish like tilapia. I've had scallops that were perfect. I just would not eat. I never eat shark. Never. I don't care if it's fermented or not. Never eat shark.
It looks like chicken, honestly. I'm looking at pictures of it right now. It looks like
He decided to do his research here.
like you guys have you guys gone to like Chinatown, right? You go to Chinatown, you can see those like shops where you have like the roast duck just hanging there. It's like that. It looks like that. That's what it looks like right now, from what I'm seeing.
Still wouldn't touch it.
Isaiah, I've done nothing China in 3 years or 2 years.
Oh.
Okay, so we're down to our last. We're down to our last two food items here, and on the other one, I'm telling you, I wouldn't do it either. But the next one is called black pudding.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. So you immediately hear the word pudding, and you're like, "Hey, pudding. That can't be that bad." But when you think about black pudding isn't a dessert at all. It's actually a type of sausage.
What?
And a popular breakfast food in the UK. So what it is that pig's blood is mixed with pork fat and oatmeal, and then turned into sausage that's served up with breakfast. It's usually boiled, fried, or grilled.
Oh
God.
Oh, I'm about to throw up.
And I can picture Isaiah going, "Well, yeah, it's sausage. I'll try it."
Well, now that he knows how it's made,
Give me a hot dog bun. Give me a hot dog bun. I'm taking it to A's games every day this summer.
Oh, brother.
Oh, dude, that would give me raunchy.
How do you smell this?
Oh my God! Now
it's called black pudding. It's called black pudding.
Dude, that looks like burnt.
Yeah.
Totally charred.
No.
No. All right. So, James, yes or no? This one's not quite as bad as the other ones, but
Okay, I can go different ways about this, but I'm gonna keep it PG. No.
It's better than the obvious thing I think all of us are thinking at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So
Black pudding. That's not what I was picturing.
Dave Kokensparger saying how about kimchi?
Kimchi? It's
What
great
is that?
cooking.
Is it?
Usually depend on what you pair it up with, I think.
I mean, I've had a bite of it. It's okay, but it's just not for me.
Now he's saying regular shark fillets are good. You know, I am like that too.
Google black pudding looks like a ding dong.
That's where I was going.
Oh.
That's where I wanted to go.
Well, then whatever you do, do not look up internet fudge. So I'm
Nope,
just
I
I'm
saying,
don't
good.
plan to. I'm almost afraid to find out what it is.
yes, do not look up internet fudge. Okay.
Oh my god.
Kimchi doesn't look so bad.
And Isaiah's gonna be like, hey, I have to know. I'm curious. What is internet fudge? Don't look up internet fudge.
Please don't,
All right.
Isaiah. We're begging you not to.
All right, so John, you're saying no on the black pudding, isn't that correct?
No, there is no. First of all, when I thought black pudding, I wasn't thinking of pudding. That's gross. No. First of all, that's an insult to pudding. Number one, and an insult to sausage because there's great sausage out there and barbecue.
I bet John loves his sausage.
Jalapeno and cheese and all that. But this is no. I know it's the UK, but somebody needs to be arrested. That is horrendous.
Oh god, did James look up internet fudge on Google?
I'm not looking.
But it's
All
I
right.
don't even want to find. No, please.
It's really chocolate.
All right, so,
Oh,
all right,
Alrighty, his phone's down.
so Christy, what do you think? Would you try this black
No.
pudding?
I want to go to the UK myself someday, but I will not eat that.
Mm-mm.
I refuse.
Okay. So here is one that is debatable. When I saw this, I'm like, this might be debatable. This might actually get a few hits to where people might be like, maybe I would. So with this one, it's called Kool-Aid pickles.
What?
And so, yeah, it's called Kool-Aid pickles.
Kool-Aid
So
pickles?
it's a salty, tangy pickles are a greenish, yellowish color. But in the Mississippi Delta region, you might find them dyed bright purple, red, or blue. That's because these pickles have been removed from their first brine of vinegar and salt and placed in a container of sweet Kool-Aid where they sit for a week.
Hell no. No way. That's where I draw the line.
Simple
Everything else,
No.
you're going to say no on that?
Because I'm a guy that can't eat. I can't handle pickles. Any pickles, I can't handle it. Whenever I get a cheeseburger or any type of burger that have pickles in it, I gotta open the burger up, take the pickles out, dump the pickles, and then eat the burger. I can't no pickles whatsoever for me.
You can ask for the pickle to be taken off when you order the burger.
Well, you
I will try
go
it.
to McDonald's, but then they
Right.
make a big deal out of it, and
Yeah.
they start asking you want other ingredients taken off, and it's just not worth the headache. But the black pudding, by the way, I would definitely eat it as well because it looks like a stuffed Oreo. It looks like an Oreo stuffed with like the cream,
Oh,
cream
don't you dare
inside
put
it.
Oreos.
Don't ruin
No.
Oreos for
Don't
us,
you dare
please.
It looks
I
good.
love Oreos.
All right. James, would you try this Kool-Aid pickle?
No, and this kind of reminds me. You said it was a southern delicacy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it kind of reminds me of what I was talking about like a couple of weeks ago with you get ranch dressing, you get sugar, and you whip it up, and you got whipped cream. That's what it kind of reminds me of right there. But no, I wouldn't. I hate pickles, so no, I'm good.
All right, John, how about you?
No, I don't know if it's just I'm in the minority here, but to me, pickles is one of the most disgusting, or not one of the most, but I just don't like pickles at all. And yeah, there's no way on anyone's green earth this is smell of pickles. No, thank you.
Please.
I'll tell you what, I absolutely love pickles, and I'll tell you, this is something that I would try. I would try just because I'm curious what a Kool-Aid pickle would taste like. So, so Christy, how about you?
Nope. I hate pickles. I don't even want them on a burger. I will not eat this stuff. I mean,
No.
Ace is the Lone Ranger here.
He's the Lone Ranger, and it
Sometimes you
looks
gotta
like
do
he's
what you gotta
actually
do.
eating a pickle right now.
Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
True.
you do you,
Oh.
boo.
Yeah.
What I'm missing though, like, this is an excellent pickle, but what I'm missing is the Kool-Aid.
No.
No.
Please don't do it, Ace. Please
No.
don't
You know what?
don't experiment here.
So
You don't know how your body's going to react to that stuff.
Mhm.
give me a couple weeks. I will put some pickles and some Kool-Aid and I will try it because I love pickles. So I'm willing to try a Kool-Aid pickle, and I will try it right here. I'll bring
Are
it
we
on.
talking about the fruit punch, like the pickle dipped in that fruit punch drink thingy?
No, like
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid packets. You take
Drink
Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid.
packets, you make up the Kool-Aid, you put the pickle in the Kool-Aid, and you let it sit for about a week, and then you have Kool-Aid pickles.
You never had Kool-Aid, Isaiah? You never been
I
in
had
the hood
Kool-Aid
before?
before.
Oh,
I
okay.
had-
Yeah.
It's that like bucket of juice and that
No,
with eyeballs,
Isaiah.
right? Like, that's the mascot of it.
The mascot is a big picture.
This is a
of
delicious.
Santa.
This is a
Also,
delicious pickle right here. A delicious pickle. Okay.
No.
So Isaiah, this pickle is for you, buddy. This pickle's for you.
Oh
Pickle
my
that
God.
pickle.
Oh my goodness.
Now James knows that I hate pickles. He's gonna make me
Mhm.
put a pickle on my pizza. Good grief.
Ugh.
You don't.
You got him thinking.
Probably didn't think of.
So Big B saying, how about order a burger with no pickles, Isaiah? I mean, simple enough, right?
What if they get the order wrong, though?
You can
Yeah.
go up to the counter and complain
One
about it.
time, One time I went to McDonald's and I ordered a cheeseburger and they forgot the patty. It was only the two buns with
Oh my-
ketchup and
Eric.
onions, and that's it. That was
Dude,
like,
that's why you don't go. First of all,
Let me
if you want
tell
to
you,
call
let
it
me
a cheeseburger,
Ed-
you don't go to McDonald's, but that's okay. Second, whoever forgot a patty for a patty, you should probably not have your job. Like that. How do you forget a
Oh,
patty?
come
in a
on.
hamburger?
And
Or they were mad Isaiah was there again. It's like he's here again.
I'm not the only one here that says that they would try it. Nate is also saying he'd try it too. So why not? You know?
I was gonna mention the person people who forget the patty on the burgers. I work in a fast food place, and it's happened several times where the customers come back and say, there's no meat on my burger."
Okay, but the weirdest thing I've seen as far as fast food has
Mhm.
been Domino, and the reason I'm saying for the Domino's thing is I had a buddy of mine who posted this and said this
Yeah.
is unreal. They're like, I've never seen this before. When Domino's delivered the pizza, they actually forgot to put the pizza in the box. They gave them an empty box. So,
Wait, how did they not notice the weight of the box?
That's what I want to know.
that's what I was saying.
Weird.
I mean, they say 30 minutes are free, but I mean, literally,
Yeah,
you're
true.
So
How could
they
you
had
not
to-
notice? Like, this box feels really light right now.
yeah, so it's funny because
Oh, no.
when he opened the box and posted it, he's like, "Hey guys, there's something definitely wrong with this picture."
Yeah.
I ordered the invisible pizza.
And you're like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Somebody
No,
delivering.
I would be kind of laughing, but also pissed off at the same time because I spent how much on the pizzas? And
Yeah, but
No.
but obviously you're gonna get it though. Like obviously, if you call them and tell them, "Hey, I didn't get my freaking pizza," obviously they're gonna bring it back to you.
I want 2 pizzas. This time, put them in the box.
I want 2 extra larges instead of a large.
Yeah, yeah.
2 extra large, 2 topping pizzas, please.
and put the pizza in the box. Thank you.
In the box.
And I won't record you to Yelp. I won't record you.
So Brandon's saying that his best complaint was he worked at a fast food place. A customer asked for a plain cheeseburger and got upset because there was cheese on it.
Wait, how stupid are they?
I've had people do that. Come back to my place like, I asked for no cheese and there's cheese on this burger.
Cheeseburger, no cheese. Cheeseburger, no
Cheeseburger,
cheese.
yeah, exactly. I get that type of order all the time where I
See,
work.
you ask for a cheeseburger, stupid, and you,
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
complain that there's cheese on there.
Yeah.
Those are the type of
Somebody
people.
want to tell them all
That,
the time. I said, you said no cheese. Said, why are you complaining?
those are the type of people why I don't want to work in retail or fast food or be a teacher because you're just so dumb.
Well,
There you go, Isaiah. I finished the pickle. That was all for you, buddy. There you
we're
go.
all
Hey,
talking fast
don't you
food
want to
stories
see
while
some
Ace is
dumbass
finishing
stories
up his pickle.
All right, yeah, that was all for you right there. You hated pickles, so that was all for you.
There we go.
All right. So how about we jump into our next topic, which this one is about movies.
Ooh.
Yeah. Basically, it's a very simple question. It's just, have you watched any good movies at all this week? Simple as that. You know, since our last show, since our last episode, have you watched anything?
Uh,
Isaiah?
I was Oh, sorry.
Oh,
No.
I
And
wasn't.
Well, the only things I've watched.
don't
is
say
three-
Charlotte's Web. Okay.
No, I didn't
No.
watch Charlotte's Web. I watched something better. I watched 3 episodes of Lonzo Ball's family's TV show, Ball and Family, which you can check on
That's a
Facebook.
movie,
That's
dude.
that's
I said a
reality
movie.
TV there, Isaiah.
Can we count that as a movie?
No.
no.
They still have
Uh,
that.
No, I'm talking about an actual movie, dude. Like movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched
So,
the black and white
Brandon
movie that
has-
was filmed in like the 60s or the 50s. I forgot the title to it, but I watched it because there was
So
nothing to
Brandon's
do it.
Brandon's
There was
wondering
nothing
if
to do at
porn
work, so I
counts.
just watched it.
Okay.
What?
So Isaiah had one in black and white, but Brandon is also asking if porn counts. I don't know. Was it a movie?
No.
It depends on the
Because
length.
If it was a movie,
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Oh,
No.
I watched Romeo and Juliet again too. The 1960s version
Oh.
with
So which version, Isaiah? There's about
there's
several.
multiple versions of Romeo and
Are
Juliet.
you? Wait,
Yeah.
you're that bored. There's literally any other movie to watch. You want something that's number one black and white. Gross.
You know
Second,
what?
Desperate for
Well,
love.
You know what I can't figure out is half the time the things that we talk about, like Isaiah doesn't understand half the things we talk about. I can't even imagine him understanding any part of Shakespeare whatsoever.
Oh, geez, he'd be like,
Isaiah,
what are you
what's the
saying?
actually, wait,
If
what did
you-
you think of the movie?
Hence thy, take thy hand
To be or not to be.
Romeo, wherefore
And place
art thou,
it-
Romeo?
on thy shoulder. And Isaiah's like, what are they talking about?
Like,
I don't know. I just watch it with the based on the characters. Plus, I gotta say, you know, the lady that plays Juliet. I mean, she's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
she's dead on that acting. role.
It's Austin Reeves.
Oh my!
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna mention the only version of Romeo and Juliet that I like had Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be,
Or not to be. That
Or
is
not
the
to be.
question.
that
Hamlet.
is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the minds
I thought that was from Game of Thrones.
to die, to sleep.
Game of Thrones. Oh God. I mean, here's the thing. Game of Thrones is Shakespearean in nature, but they don't talk like how Shakespeare used to write plays.
They just stab people.
But yeah, they just stab people, and again, some of them get burned to death by dragons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why when I watched that weird ass like remake of Romeo and Juliet when Leonardo DiCaprio was in it, I
Yeah.
was like, what kind of weird, like they died from a gunshot wound. I'm like, what kind of Romeo and Juliet?
What?
Right, I guess they
It's like
couldn't
somebody
use
dying from a
swords in that
gunshot.
movie.
Modern
I don't know
version.
why.
Didn't
Oh,
Juliet end up shooting herself? That's what happened, right?
She
Yeah.
shot herself
She
in the
ended up
head,
shooting. Yeah, she shot
Yeah.
herself.
and I cried.
Yeah, and
Romeo was a victim of a drive-by.
Do they even have
Victim of
that
drive-by.
back then? What? Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. Like, it's weird. They both die from gunshot wounds. I'm like, what kind of freaking Shakespeare's this? When are people dying from gunshot wounds?
Oh no!
Drive-by.
They just decided to try and make it modern, and swords are not modern, so they decided to go with 45 caliber guns.
So, Brandon,
No.
Brandon, to answer your question, I completely refuse to watch the remake of Fresh Prince. I
Same here.
refuse.
I don't
Because
want to watch it.
Once I realized that Will Smith, you know, is I'm not doing it.
Well, he's the
This-
executive producer of it, but he's not in it.
yeah, but he's not in it, and I think it's ridiculous.
They do. I
It's
don't know.
ridiculous. It's just not. It's I don't know
For me, I guess.
what the heck
And-
is out there, James.
So
Or the
Dave
Fresh
is also
Prince.
saying
Oh,
like using a Uzi in Jesus Christ Superstar. Exactly.
An
Using
Uzi?
things like that. Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
God.
These kind of things make no sense. They do these crazy wild things, and you're like, "What? This makes no freaking sense whatsoever." Why
No.
they're doing crap like
They
that?
modernize it.
Try to modernize it or try to make it dark and
Mhm.
gothic when there's no need for it.
Yeah, pretty soon, you know, you're gonna see a show with Romeo and Juliet coming on, being like, "If you had one shot, one opportunity,
Not Miss-
Like
Like-
8 Mile? Oh god.
Like you'll see like Romeo and Juliet going on there like busting raps and rhymes and everyone's gonna be like,
Romeo and
what
Juliet's
is
the rap movie.
30 years from now, they'll be in flying cars. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh my god.
All right, so yep. So Isaiah talked about what he watched. So James, any good movies that you watched?
I've literally just seen one in its entirety, Casino, and I've never seen it all, and I got to see it all, and I loved it. I love all those like mob movies, mafia movies, anything with
Doesn't it
like
have Robert De Niro in it?
and Joe
Okay, I was
Pesci
wondering which
and
one it was.
what was her name?
I'm watching you, Falker.
I forget her name, but
Sharon Stone.
yeah, she was great in that. There's a host of other people too, and like I said, I love all those movies. The Bronx Tale, all the Goodfellas movies. I just love all of those. So I got to see that, and I love anything from like, when they go back in time, like 60s, 70s, 80s, and I just love all that. So that really got me to look out next time I go to Las Vegas.
Watch out for those types of people.
Mhm.
That doesn't sound too bad. John, when you think about it, how about you? Any good movies that you've seen?
I've been more getting ready for some movies coming out. I wanted to see Morbius, but after hearing what they kind of did with some of the things in it, I'm not interested at all. Taking out certain things and just completely deception in their marketing and everything. So there's a lot of different movies coming up that I'll definitely be
Moon Knight.
I guess Moon Knight next week, and then just really looking forward to
Miss Mar-
see what it entails in the future.
I'm right there with you.
Oh,
movies
Halo
some
came
of
out.
them, some of them look pretty good. This week for the first time in a long time, I rewatched the movie Stuck on You because I thought that. Does anybody remember that movie Stuck on You?
I'm trying to.
It's about conjoined twins.
Oh, that's probably why.
And one brother is like trying to become a professional actor, the other brother's trying to become a line cook, and they're like conjoined twins, but they have like these different goals in life that they want to reach. And then the other one I watched again was Point Break.
Sounds so familiar,
The
but I don't
Secret Agent.
With Keanu Reeves, and basically it's the
Patrick
movie
Swayze.
where they dress up like presidents and they rob banks.
I remember that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the one.
I've never seen it, but I heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
have.
phenomenal movie. It's great. Like I love that
There's a
movie.
movie I wanted to see. I know it's like not necessarily popular. It's there's a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal coming out, like Ambulance or something. So I was gonna go see it, and I guess it got unreleased, and then now it's coming back to theaters,
Yeah.
and it's really I don't know. I mean, it seems interesting, just like a fun, good movie, but we'll have to see.
So Dave is saying the next one they can do is Die by Eating Black Pudding. And Nate is saying Moon Knight is a TV series.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So Christy, any good movies that you've seen this week?
Not really. I almost wanted to watch this one movie on Hulu called Deep Water with Ben Affleck, but I was like, it doesn't look that good.
Oh.
So I'm gonna pass on it.
It's
I
actually
thought about
not a bad movie.
Hmm.
It's actually not. Deep Water's not a bad movie.
Huh. But like
So if you
John,
get a
I'm
chance
gearing
to
up for
watch it-
Moon Knight, so I'll be
If
excited
you
to
get a
watch
chance
that.
to watch it, I recommend you watch it.
Okay.
All right, so we can go ahead and jump into our next topic. What's the worst drink that you've ever tried? I'm really curious.
Boy.
Isaiah.
Oh.
Go to me last on this. I need to think about it because I've had
Oh.
like, so many like drinks that were awful that I just wanted to puke my guts out. So
Pick and choose.
I need a moment.
All right, well, so I went on this trip in San Fran. This was years and years and years ago. I was there, and I stopped at this convenience store, and I didn't know anything about San Fran. I'd never been there. That was like my first time ever there. I didn't know anything about it. So I walk in this convenience store, and I'm just like looking around in these coolers. I was like, man, I can't even read half this stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell this stuff says. Well, it turned out, I was kind of halfway in Chinatown too, and I didn't know that. And so I'm like looking at these drinks, and I'm like, huh, I wonder what these are. These look interesting. And the guy's like, yo, yeah, I recommend that. That's a good drink. And I'm like, all right. I was like, okay, I'll get it. Why not? I'll try it. So I buy that drink, and then he recommended a couple more, and I tried those. Not surprisingly, they were a few of the more expensive drinks that he definitely recommended. So I said, okay, I'll try it. So I buy them. I take them back to the hotel. I pop the first one open. I don't even remember what the heck it was called, but the minute I tried it, right then is when I knew I messed up. That's immediately when I knew, because I can't even tell you exactly what it tasted like. It was just so bad. I couldn't even read the label, so I don't even know what it is. But all I know is it came from San Francisco, and it was not good at all. It was not good. I know what it looks like, so I'm not running into that same mistake again, because I will recognize the can. It was actually in a can.
Oh, okay.
All right, James, how about you?
Does breast milk count?
Breast milk? Okay.
No, I'm just playing. I always I don't ever go too far out and try new things, of course, when it comes to drinks. I really hate like the Perrier water,
water.
Like
Yeah.
like all those seltzers and stuff. Like I had a White Claw one time, it was just awful. It's like it was terrible. It was like watered down, black cherry, whatever, but I didn't like it. But I'll tell you one thing though. I would love to try this peanut butter and jelly.
Ugh.
What?
Ew, what is that?
I would actually try this.
Why is it orange?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is it
but-
orange marmalade?
Concerning.
But I would actually do this if I.
It
I got
doesn't
the
look
chance.
good, James. It doesn't look
No.
good.
Nope.
I'm just more confused how it's orange because
Yeah.
I remember learning my colors in preschool, and I don't think those two colors. I don't know, like sweet drinks are cool, but I mean, where did you find that?
It just came on Google. I was like, worst tasting drinks, and breast milk
Oh.
didn't come up, but that did. And then there's ranch dressing drink and pizza beer. I'm like, I've never heard of these things. Maybe they're like foreign or whatever.
Odd concoctions.
Yeah.
Blueberry flavored carbonated water.
Ugh, that doesn't sound good at all.
Add sugar.
It
Yeah,
purifies
sugar
your
just-
dog's drinking water. All right. John, any interesting drinks?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. It was a flavor of carbonated water, I think. It was what are those? But I can't remember at the moment. I think there was one other drink. I think it was a soda or something, and I honestly wanted to pull it all off the shelf, buy it, and just burn it because it was so Oh, I'm covering my screen. Oh,
Ew.
What is that? What is that?
ranch.
Ranch dressing
Ranch?
soda.
Oh!
Ew. Oh,
That's not pretty, man.
that no.
The next one, they're gonna come up with a sour cream soda too.
Ew, that's
Dude, don't
disgusting.
ruin food for me, y'all. Come on.
No. Ugh.
All right, Christy.
Okay, worst drink I've ever had. Well, vodka and orange juice.
That's a screwdriver.
That's a screwdriver. I didn't like it. I think my friend made. I think my friend and I tried making some, and She and I had it just. I hated it. I passed out, and she had to take me home.
Well, if it doesn't taste good, then you probably put the wrong. Then she probably put the wrong amount of.
She probably
alcohol
did. She probably used like the wrong vodka. If it was like
to
say
orange ratio.
Smirnoff Russian vodka, that would be fine. But this was not Russian vodka.
Because they're not bad. Like screwdrivers are not bad.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I recently tried that new Coke Starlight soft drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my husband bought like a 12-pack or something like that. I maybe tried one sip, and I'm thinking, ugh.
I don't
for
drink
me.
soda.
Um,
I did a review on that, and
Yeah.
it kind of tastes like those icing animal cookies. Those.
Oh, yeah.
pink- It kind of tasted like that after.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay.
I prefer Pepsi and something like this Pepsi Mango.
Oh no. Okay.
You know what? So
I love it, to be honest. So that's just
before our show next week too, I'll go to the store and I'll find something that I've never tried. Now keep in mind it won't be soda because I don't drink soda.
Okay.
So, but I will go to the store. I'll find a drink that I've never tried and I will review it right here on the show. So I'll take
I'm
a
with
drink.
you on that.
Up for the
Okay.
same
Let's
thing.
do it. Let's do it.
I'm with you on that. I'll do that, Isaiah.
Kicking it with Isaiah and Ace food review style.
Wait, I'm kind of curious though. Like, I go to IKEA here, but Nate, who eats at IKEA? Never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had drinks at IKEA because but I like either I get lost in IKEA like I did in Canada, so it's already too confusing. I can't find the food court. So
Oh. Well, I've
All
never
right.
been in an IKEA, so I don't know.
So let's go ahead and jump into our final topic of the evening, which is what is something that you collect that maybe people don't know that you actually collect?
Ooh.
All right. So, Isaiah, what's something that you collect?
Well, you guys know that I'm a big sports fan, so I collect a lot of different shirts, jerseys, as they call them, shirt jerseys. And also I collect a lot of bobbleheads as well as not really that many caps, but I'm more of a bobblehead guy. In fact, I didn't get my first bobblehead until I was like 18 or 19. That was when I first got my first bobblehead, and it was an Anthony Rendon Nationals bobblehead. I went to Nationals Park for the Nationals Braves game, but unfortunately it was rained out. But it was bobblehead day, so I was like, "Oh, I gotta get my bobblehead! I gotta get a bobblehead!" I waited 18 years for my first bobblehead, and now between me working for the A's and working for the Niners, I have like at least 10, 11 bobbleheads now that I have like somewhere in my house. I don't know where they are right now. I think they're sitting in a box somewhere. But I mean, I have an Anthony Rendon, Matt Chapman, Matt Olson bobblehead. Which Ace, if you want it, feel free to leave your address to me, and I'll mail you my A's Olsen bobblehead if you want that one. I even have a Jimmy Garoppolo one. There's many more, but I guarantee you, like out of all the 11 bobbleheads I have, at least like 8 or 9 of those guys aren't on their teams anymore. So unfortunately, that bobblehead collection has been been kind of expired now. And the other one is like these jerseys. See, every place I go, I have to go to their ballpark and either buy a jersey or buy a bobblehead. And when I went to Houston, when I went to H-Town, even though the Astros are my A's biggest rival, I went and got myself an Alex Bregman Astros jersey.
And I'll tell you, that's disgusting because I'll tell you, let's say I went to Chicago, right? I don't care if I'm in freaking Chicago. Like, Chicago's our biggest rivals. You wouldn't catch me dead even buying anything Chicago.
Love it. Yeah, that's like me buying a freaking Ben Roethlisberger or Lamar Jackson jersey. That's not. I don't care if it's 99% off. I do not care. I am that.
Yeah, because
no way.
the Bengals rivals in the AFC North.
Yeah, and that's
and
like,
I'm going to Florida and Georgia this summer, so I can't wait to see what I'll add to my collection.
don't
there.
jinx the place I'm trying to move to in a couple of years. Don't stop.
You know what? If you're going to Florida this summer, buy a Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey.
No.
Hey, Tom Brady, please.
Oh my God.
Buy
I'm
a-
not a Marlins game. I mean, how bad can we get even?
So
Yeah. Sorry.
no, it's fine. So the stuff that I collect. So I've got this huge collection, probably around like 50 Funko Pops.
Ooh.
And besides the Funko Pops, like if you look around the wall in my bedroom, I have all
Look at this
these
stuff.
figs. And what I mean by figs is they're elites, they're 10s, they're 20s. Like my walls are just covered in all these actual like wrestling figs that were not I've never taken from the box. They're all still in the box.
Wow.
Besides that, I have a bunch of Packer gear, a bunch of Braves gear. So I kind of have stuff everywhere around my room. So when it comes to like sports, yes, I collect a lot of sports things, but I collect a lot of figs, and I have probably over 120 autographs too. So I collect a lot of those too.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I collect a lot of those too. I actually have a whole filing cabinet full of autographs. And Christy, you might recognize this one right off the bat of the autograph.
Let's see. The glare.
Is that the Undertaker?
No.
It doesn't have to be the Undertaker. Wait a minute.
Way off.
Moxley?
That's John Moxley.
Yes.
Who?
Yeah. Here, hold on.
That's John Moxley. I have a bunch of those autographs too. All right. So James, what's some stuff that you collect?
Wouldn't you like to know? No,
I do. So I can raid your house. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Well, just like any other woman out there,
Gold.
shoes. Oh my God, shoes! I just got these in today. They're like old Jordans, but I got like I think 5 other pairs of Jordan shoes. Slowly but surely, unlike somebody else we know, I'm trying to collect as many Jordan shoes as possible. I don't even know why, but these are those. These are those. Angel hats, if you can see up there. I have a collection, just a bunch of hats and stuff. Not of other teams, because I don't do what Square 2 does and get a bunch of hats from
Right.
ball clubs. That's just weird. I keep it to the Angels. And then, just like you mentioned and Chrissy mentioned, Pops, or those figurines. I've got a good collection of those.
Wow.
Ooh.
All my Coming to America ones, PBS, Otani, and then bobbleheads from the Angels. I've got, more in the garage. So I've got a good chunk of stuff. Again, there's my good luck charm of Rubber Ducky there.
Rubber Ducky, you're the one.
Right.
Make that time
So-
so much fun.
That's my life. I collect stuff and I run out of room, and that's pretty much it.
All right, John, is there something that you collect?
I'm starting to use the internet and trying to acquire Funko Pops because I was who I worked with one time. There's a Funko Pop store where I live about 20-30 minutes. So I'll check that out. But I'm more of also other hoodies of where I go to concerts or sometimes shoes depending where I'm at. Like a pair of shoes has to really stand out for me, but more like a more of a hoodie or trying to get into Funko Pops or action figures because I'm still a 8-year-old boy in a 24-year-old body.
Hey, you know what? I'm right there with you. If you came in my room, you would see how many of those things I collect. Like my walls are almost full of them because I've never taken these figs out of their cases. They're hanging up.
Whoops.
So, all right, Christy, how about you?
Well, one of the things I collect Funko Pops. I collect Star Wars, DC, Marvel, a little bit. It's a pro wrestling. Just I like different ones. And my husband has a few of his favorites as well. I also collect stuff like this. wrestling action figures. I think I've got about several of these.
Is that the Undertaker?
Is that the Undertaker? No.
Yeah.
Autograph on the box. So, but I've got several of those. I have a lot of Dallas Cowboys related stuff: shirts, sweatshirts, hats. I got some posters, some plaques.
One of my more expensive ones that I have is the dual signed Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt.
Ooh.
That
Not
is
bad.
one of my more that is one of my more expensive ones. That's like one of mine that I'm like never getting rid of that one.
Yeah.
Because that one's
Yeah, I think I just recently pre-ordered a recent figure set of Brody Lee and his son -1 in a dual pack, but that's not going to be coming out till right around August or something like that. So it'll be a while.
all right. Well, we're at that hour mark now. We're there, so that'll pretty much wrap up the show. So we'll go ahead and give kind of any final thoughts here. So, Isaiah, any final thoughts for you?
My final thoughts is that it was a tremendous show. Glad that I could show off my my dresser filled of different sports gear. Sorry about that, James. I had to show that off because I basically have every team in the AL West except the Mariners. So, Sarge, if you have any Mariners gear, feel free to
Don't send it
over.
to him.
No.
Don't
Put
send
my
it to him,
collection.
Sarge.
I want to thank the fans for tuning in. Nate, and oh my God, it's gonna be kidding me with that.
What?
Oh my.
The comment.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think I saw it. I was like,
That'd be
what
great,
the hell
but
is that? I don't even want to think about it.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Dave, Big B, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And, looking forward to next week's show because I can't wait to try weirdest drinks. We might get him to.
He's cutting.
Well,
out.
anyways, let's jump on over to James because Isaiah keeps cutting in and out here. So, James.
Well, thank you for having me on. We circled the bases tonight, all these gross stuff and food and drink. And I think we ended on a good note, though. We don't collect, weird stuff, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you for having me on, of course.
Yeah, we don't collect like fingernail clippings or something like that. So, John, any final thoughts for you?
Just happy to be on. I'm just I wish I could unsee some of those comments like Ishmael.
Really?
You get therapy after having some of those drinks. Oh my gosh, those drinks sound like
Let's see.
All right. Christy, any final thoughts?
Well, thanks for letting me hop on and just having fun like always. This show is a ton of fun and I love it.
All right. Well, I definitely want to thank everybody for coming on and viewing. I want to thank Crispy Bacon for being backstage and doing everything he does as far as production stuff. Thank all the viewers, thank all the co-hosts, and then of course for everybody, keep enjoying our shows because we got plenty of shows coming out there. We have a new show that's going to be airing pretty soon again. I'm not sure if it'll be this Thursday or next Thursday, but look out for that. If you are into paranormal, it's coming. All right. So with that, I hope everybody has a fantastic night, and we will see you next Thursday for another episode of Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace. Have a great night.
Right.